I'm Tom Shilley in for Greg on this very special edition of Gutfeld. Let's kick things off with some jokes. Former President Barack Obama is 65 today. To celebrate, he spent the day with the person he loves the most, himself. Earlier today, in fact, President Trump called to wish him a happy birthday and to ask about that birth certificate. President Trump announced that he has removed more than 24,000 non-English speaking truck drivers from America's roads. He then added, if you can't speak English, you have no business driving a truck. You should be driving an Uber. New York Mayor Mamdani has announced plans for five tax-funded grocery stores selling food at 30% below retail. New Yorkers pointed out groceries are 100% off if you steal them. The #1 women's tennis player, Aryna Sabalenka, says that she supports gender testing for everyone on the WTA tour. Women will have to prove they're female by taking 2.5 hours to get ready. Hunter Biden reveals he's definitely not running for office anytime soon. However, However, he will continue to run from child support. And according to the New York Post, Anthony Fauci made more than $12 million after leaving the government. When asked where the money came from, he said it appears spontaneously at a wet market. So, New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani swept into power on a wave of exuberance over commie policies like free buses, universal daycare, and a bunch of new taxes. But his latest plan for free government-run grocery stores is about as ideologically consistent as taking your private jet to a global warming conference. You see, it appears Zohran is suddenly miraculously in favor of IDs. Watch as he and his staff are confronted by a reporter asking about people taking advantage of the system.
How are you going to keep people from taking advantage of that, that deal, basically? And is there going to be a limit on the number of items that someone can take?
This is a program for New Yorkers to be able to put food on the table, not a program for people to be able to make a quick buck through reselling.
We are looking to make sure that we target New Yorkers, whether it be at sort of a library card-esque.
Did you catch that? Library card-esque. Card-esque is not a city in Belarus, and what she means is an ID. But she doesn't want to say it. And less than 24 hours later, Mamdani's minions had to clarify, no, it's not an ID, it's a membership card. But I have to ask, do these people really understand what an ID is? Maybe they don't understand what the acronym stands for. Let's let Norm MacDonald explain.
ID, which I had to show it again. There's a strange abbreviation when you think about it. I is short for I. And then D is short for dentification.
Any excuse for a little Norm, right? I hope that clears it up, Zohran. Now, as you know, Mamdani doesn't want anyone showing ID at the border, and he's opposed to voter ID requirements. So why is he and his administration suddenly so into IDs? It's twofold. One, he doesn't want people cheating the system, buying groceries at cheaper prices and then reselling them to make fast money. Suddenly cheating is bad. Did he ever hear of voter fraud? Last I heard, New Jersey had to admit more than 6,000 illegals were registered to vote. And secondly, because he wants free stuff for New Yorkers. And by New Yorkers, he means basically anyone who got here from anywhere in the world by bus, train, or caravan, except people from New Jersey and Connecticut. So verification is acceptable when it protects a government benefit, but not when it protects the integrity of our elections or our border. I think I got it. But what does President Trump have to say?
Well, I wish they'd have an ID to access the voting booth. You know, they don't want to access the voting booth with any identification. We want voter ID, and we want proof of citizenship. Well, he also had a thing where you had to have 2 different IDs to shovel snow.
I forgot about that. 2 forms of ID to shovel snow because of that epidemic of teen manual labor fraud in this city. But it's not just Zohran. Look at Francesca Hong, who's running for governor of Wisconsin. Actually, don't look at her. It makes her feel unsafe. Especially if you're white. Her rally flyer says registration and photo ID required. And no bags. No bags? What if Nancy Pelosi shows up? I had to do it. I had to do it. These socialists love IDs everywhere except when it makes us stronger and more secure. It's almost as if they're trying to hurt this country, but that would never happen, right? So friends, make sure you carry your ID everywhere, especially in the voting booth. That way, they know exactly who we are when we finally send them packing.